Good evening. Good evening. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to me for a little bit of time. I promise I won't hold you all long. What I wanted to definitely do was talk about MCA. Some of us know it as MCA. Some of us know it as Motor Club of America. No matter what you know it as, it's definitely real and it's definitely changing a lot of our lives all the way across America and all the way across Canada also. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about MCA as a company. First, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Sean. So, of course, those of you who, most of you may know me already, but I wanted to talk about a little bit about my background for those who don't. So, again, my name is Sean, and I live here in Maryland. Married with a wonderful wife somewhere behind me. I know she can hear me, she just can't see me right now. And I've been with MCA for about 4 years or so. This will be my fourth year. Um, March or April, I can't remember which month it was that I signed up with MCA back in 2014 maybe. So I've been with MCA for a long time. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. I've been in network marketing for 12 years. 12 years again this year being the 13th year, dating back to 2005. So both in both ways, I like to say season. I don't want to use the term old, but we'll just say season. And one thing that drew me to MCA, even though I've been with a couple, with several other network marketing companies, one of the things that I always enjoyed about MCA was one, the product just seemed like something everybody needed to have or at least hear about. That's something that I always look for when it came to um, who I aligned myself with company wise. I never wanted to align myself with the company that I didn't believe in. And that's what I also believed in with my corporate life. As my background is, I come from the cell phone world. So the companies that I even worked for in the cell phone industry were companies that I can stand behind, and I didn't have to feel bad for marketing, the services to people. I didn't have to feel bad for selling these plans. This is the same attitude I took in the network marketing world. So when it came to MCA, the plan just made perfect sense. It was a no brainer. Honestly, when I signed up, it honestly was no thought put into it. But more importantly for me at that time, the commission structure was so straightforward. I felt like most of the other companies that I was with before MCA, I just felt like I had to have a graphing calculator if you to figure out how much commission I was going to make. It wasn't it, it never was easy for me. And then I asked my mentor or my upline or whoever it was that brought me on, and they tried to explain it. And that's when I realized that they really didn't know. The more they tried to explain, the more I realized they didn't know. Which was, that's kind of just what it is. For some companies, they make it so difficult to earn income, or at least to know what do you have to do to get the income that you desire. And when it came to MCA, it was just so much of a breath of fresh air. It was just so straightforward. But I'll get to that part, the compensation part at the end. I just wanted to begin talking about MCA as far as the actual membership. So hold on one second. So MCA, or Motor Club of America, has been around very long time. As you see, the name has been around since 1926. So it's not something that we started doing last Thursday. Saying, hey, let's offer roadside assistance. Let's just figure this thing out. This is something that we've been doing for a very long time. And this is something that I love to tell the people who I speak to about MCA when I'm signing folks up. A lot of them never heard of MCA, which is okay. There's no problem at all. Just some things I want to let them know is that, rest assured, you're with the company that's been doing this for a very long time. Feel confident that if something ever were to happen to you, we take care of you. So one of the things I wanted to make sure that everybody knows is that MCA covers drivers all over the United States and also in Canada. MCA is not an insurance company, so we do not insure. Like I have insurance through Allstate. Allstate is my insurance provider. When knock on wood, but if I ever were to get pulled over, when they ask, license and registration and everything like that, and one of the things that we do, we have to have insurance in Maryland. I'm not sure if it's nationwide, but in Maryland we have to have insurance. But Allstate is my insurance provider. MCA is more so a peace of mind. It's something that I have. It's just in case, as I always say. Most of the time I'm in the car. Most of the time, my wife is in the car. I want to make sure, just in case something were to happen, we'd be okay. Not even a thought behind it. So as an MCA member, you'll always get 24-hour assistance, 24 hours a day. If it's 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., I'm confident when I make that call, somebody's going to answer and somebody's going to be able to help my, whatever my distress call is, whether it's I need a jump start, whether I need gas, whether I need a tow. And one of the good things about the towing service is that it's up to 100 miles. And it's unlimited 100-mile towing, which is unheard of in this particular industry. Unlimited 100-mile towing. And this is, I have another tow service, which is AAA. I've just said I have AAA, and we get 4 claims per call. Four claims per year per car. So on my vehicle, I've already used all 4 claims for the actual year, which is, I don't know if it's embarrassing to say, but that's my truth. A couple of jump starts. I had to get towed, and they brought me gas, which was my forward with AAA, and I called again. I had an issue, and I called and I verified my number and everything, and they proceeded to tell me, hey, we had a small talk, of course, and then she was like, oh no. I said, oh no. She said, I'm not going to be able to help you, or if I do, you'll have to pay for it. And I didn't realize how many times I've called before, and I don't think I even considered the fact that they had a cap to it. That didn't cross into my mind until I had to use it, and there was a cap to it. And, that just made me realize that a lot of these roadside companies, they're great. Never can talk bad about them, but it's just one of those things where if I didn't have MCA, then what would I would have, how would I got home? On that call, I needed a tow. I remember specifically what I needed for that particular call. And it was definitely a tow, maybe 40 miles from my house, with me and my wife. Peace of mind, like I said, it's one of those things where this is well beyond whatever the amount is I have to pay per month. I'd pay twice that just to know that I'm going to be covered. As many times as I have an issue out on the roads, as many times as I can call. And furthermore than that, what they do is that I've had an issue with my battery, and I got it fixed since this time. But I would call MCA, and I didn't realize it was so frequent. But I called in December, and then I also called in January for the same thing. I needed them to jump my battery. I was, waiting for my wife to come out the store, charging my phone. The car, I think the car was off, but I still had the power on, and forgetting the battery was weak. And, so I called, they came, and then I called again a month later, and they came. But what they did that I appreciated was they gave me a courtesy call. They gave me a courtesy call just to remind me that, to get my battery checked out, from the local, whoever checked out battery in my area. They just reminded me that, of course, I already knew, but I've never had anybody give me a courtesy call, type of thing, just to let you know, Mr. Williams, you called such and such times, in this sort of period of time. Maybe your battery has an issue. Don't forget to take it to whoever you have to take to, and they'll, so they can check it out for you. And I just said, thank you. And she hung up. Like, that was amazing. So, that's definitely something that once you start to call for your issues, they definitely do keep track, and they definitely do give you courtesy calls if needed. So a little bit more about what the roadside offers is that it also offers, if you have RVs, If you have motorcycles, if you know, I have a lot of cousins that love to ride their motorcycles. Covers that. I know father-in-law has a boat. Actually, the truck broke down. He was going to take the grandkids on I think the river maybe, and there was a time where the truck broke down with the boat on the back, and that would have been covered. That would have been covered with us. They definitely would have been able to come out and do whatever was needed to get everything back up and running, or tow back to the house, or you know, whatever was needed. Livestock, all that stuff is definitely covered. Um, you know, definitely care about your, you know, well-being while being out on the road. And this is one of those things is also just a wonderful thing to have is travel assistance. This is also one of the things I love to not was promote. That's not the word I'm looking for, but highlight, if you will. So if you're in an auto accident, and we never want to be in an auto accident, of course, this is not anything that we ever wish upon, but this is hypothetically, if you're ever in an auto accident, MCA would definitely pay for a rental car up to 500, not exceeding 7 days. But basically what that says to me is that they want to make sure that I make it back home. You know, they want to make sure that I get back to my local area, safe and sound. So again, peace of mind. I can travel out of state, and it's just peace of mind. You know, that type of stuff. You never think about until you need it. As I tell folks, you know, you never think you need these things until you have to make that call. Until your car is, I call it putting up the road, and you realize, wait a minute, I just ran out of gas. Like, oh, wait a minute, or worst case scenario, an accident, because that never happens on purpose. You know, which one of us has ever gotten into an accident willingly, purposefully? Doesn't happen. MCA covers you when those things do happen. We're here for you. Trip planning. If you call in, definitely can have a professional plan out your trip anywhere you want it to go. Reservation, air trip, routing, hotel discount. We have hotel discount to a lot of popular hotels that you may frequent. You know, 15 to 50% off the hotel, depending on where you stand, depending on what time of year, of course. Traveling around the 4th of July is going to be different than you traveling March 19th, you know. But the point is you get a discount with our membership. And then a little bit further, you know, it gets a little bit more with the membership, arrest bonds, bail bonds. You can definitely use your MCA card to pay a bail bond if you need to. This is all just in case. As you can see by the picture of the young man in the jail cell with his hand on his face, just in case. He didn't expect to be there, judging by that picture, where if he would have had an MCA, he would be in there for a short period of time, and his MCA card would double as a bail bond certificate. Attorney fees, having to do with motor vehicle accidents. All of these things are in regards to being in your vehicle. So MCA covers a ton of things in regards to you being, you know, in an accident, having to be in your car. We definitely have you covered. And stolen vehicle, credit card protection. There's over 150,000 worth of benefits that MCA offers when you get the membership, and that's just something that, like I said, it's a value that I have not seen matched. And I'm one that has multiple roadside assistant companies, so I'm speaking from perspective where I have the competitor, and I have the competitor to the competitor. I have 3 different roadside companies that I pay for every single month, and I have all of them for different reasons. But what I will never get rid of is my MCA membership. My MCA membership definitely gives me the most value of all the roadsides that I actually have. And this is something I love to bring up also. Just for signing up with the MCA membership, what we always do is we give you a free well card. And what does that mean? I'm gonna tell you what it means. The well card is definitely something where, for example, for me, I'm self-employed, meaning I work for myself. I don't have a company paying for my insurance no more. You know, I'm not in the corporate world anymore. So when I was in the corporate world, you know, they covered the insurance. I got an insurance card, so on and so forth. But when you start working for yourself, one of the things that you have to consider is that what happens if I get sick? What happens if I have to go to the hospital? What happens? Do I have to cover the whole bill? And these are real, I don't want to say fears. These are real things that you have to think about when, definitely when you're trying to branch out on your own, because you're the breadwinner, so it's going to be all on your back. Well, MCA says, just, having our membership, we can offer you the well card, and we'll get you up to 50% off of prescriptions. And for me, my prescriptions, when I go fill them at CVS or when I go to Rite Aid, nothing changed from when I used to work for the corporate company. Nothing. Matter of fact, they're almost identical in price as far as what I was getting off when I worked for the corporate world versus what I get off now with my well card. I do wear glasses. I don't think anybody has ever seen me in them in MCA, but I do wear them when I read. I do wear them at night when I'm driving. And I still can go to the same Vision Works place right around the corner from my house. Nothing changes. I still get discounts off my prescriptions. I still get discounts off my vision, my tests I have to do every so often. Everything I still get discounts off, and I still get discounts off of, dental fees also. And that's something where MCA gives, like I said, whenever you get the membership, you're covered. You get it. And MCA is so confident, with you keeping the programs that even if you were to cancel, let's say you do cancel, right? You get MCA and realize it's not for you. They allow you to keep the well card. So you keep the well card and you go about your life, and you still have that opportunity to use that card for the rest of your life, for you and for your family. That right there, if stuff like that tells me the integrity of the company, that's why I love to represent it. Like I said, when I was in the corporate world, I only stood behind companies that I believed in. I only worked for companies that I believed in, and I won't get into that on this live, because that'll make me go on a tangent, and I don't have time to do that. But I never worked for the company that I didn't believe in. I just couldn't do it. So it never changed when it came to network marketing, especially when I came across MCA. This was a no-brainer. And just seeing how much benefits they give you, and then that they give you the well card just for trying out the membership. And if you happen to cancel, you're still able to keep that. Again, not heard of. Most companies, once you quit the company, leave your key card on the desk type stuff. This is what we're used to. MCA is a different integrity. It's a different value. You get the services, and while you might not be able to use the roadside, here you go, keep the well card. Make sure your family's okay for the rest of your time. I can always stand behind that. Again, more benefits: hospital visits, accidental death. Let's see, travel protection. These are all, like I said, over 150,000 worth of benefits. Again, I'm always going to keep saying that because it just goes into the value. So this total security membership, this is our best selling plan. This is $19.90 per month to get. And that basically covers your car, and it covers the boat, the RV, the trailer, that gives you all the trip planning. That gives you all of the benefits. The 100 miles towing, up to 100 miles, for unlimited. You get that with the total security membership. That's definitely the best value plan that we have in our stable. That's the one that I have, and that's the one that I market the most of, because in this business, or any business, what I'm trying to always provide people with is the best value. I want them to get something that I would get for my wife, and I my mindset is I want my wife to be covered. So I will want your wife to be covered, or your husband for that matter, or whoever it is that you have driving. Whoever it is, I want to make sure that they have the best possible coverage. And that's going to be our total security membership. And like I said, it was $19.95 per month for that total security membership. Now, we do have two other plans with MCA. This is something that some people don't realize, but I'm going to touch on them a little bit. But we have the $14.95, the middle plan. And just at a quick glance, you can kind of tell when you go down, it takes away some of the benefits. And one thing for sure, when you go to that middle plan, you don't get the 100-mile towing anymore. You get to the local tow company, your local area. So you break down in your local zip code, you get towed to your local zip code. That's the first thing that goes away. And then also the livestock and the boat and the RV, that stuff you don't get covered either. And then we have one that's $9.95. This is our lowest plan. Still covers the roadside for your vehicle. Still told you to the local company. And these I may, it doesn't give you the most value, but if you're just looking for a simple roadside, this is what, this will do the job. This definitely will take care of you. And I want to make sure I do. So that's the MCA membership part of this presentation wrapped up in a nutshell. I'm trying to get to a part. This is the reason, I'm not gonna lie, why I joined is for the money. So let me get to that part. Let me see if I can just get rid of that and get you here. Sweet. So what I want to show you now is the business opportunity, which is the reason why I joined 4 years ago, 2014, very long time ago, like I said. So let me see, comp plan. And then I want to show you all the ways we get paid. Make sure you all can see it. Let me see. Perfect. I love when everything cues up perfectly. So then we go into, what or how we do this membership, how you get paid, how do you make money with MCA is what I hear a whole lot when I market. And it's like, that sounds, some people, they don't care about the membership. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of those things like, I have to get it, so I'm going to get it. But they don't really care about that. What they want to care about is, how can I get a little bit of money? So this is the part I'm going to talk about now, right? So this is the part where I loved it because, again, with the other companies that I worked with before I got with MCA, and I won't say their names, but the comp plan, like I said, I feel like I needed a graphing calculator. And me, I always got a C in math, maybe a C plus on my best term. I'm not into figuring out that way. So when it got to MCA, it was just like a no-brainer. And this is one of them things where we pay you to talk about the product, right? And this is something that people do every day. And this is something that I wanted to touch on. Black Panther has been out maybe I saw about a month or so, right? I'm not saying everybody has seen it, but those of us that have seen it, we talk good about it, bad about it, details. This is my favorite part. We do this every day in our life. We do it, and we do it willingly, whether it be a movie we see, and the movie is great, and the special effects are amazing. You have to go back and tell somebody. You post on Facebook, oh my God, this movie was amazing. You all should definitely see it and check it out. Or you have an outfit and that looks nice. Oh, I got it from, this store, and then you can get it too. As a matter of fact, it's on sale. A drink, a soda. What's that? Oh, this is, a Shirley Temple. What's a Shirley Temple? We do it all the time for certain products. But one thing that never happens is that we never get a check for doing it. And this is the reality of it. It's not good or bad. It's just life. I've never gotten a check from Warner Brothers to refer somebody to watch a movie. I've never seen a check pop up in the mail from Pepsi, from telling somebody to try that Pepsi, that cherry Pepsi. It was an amazing flavor, it's great. Never got paid for that. This is one of the first times where you'll be able to have a membership, love the membership, use the membership, but on the back end be able to refer the membership, right? Still talk the same thing you've been doing before your whole life. The same thing you're used to. What's something that people know, cell phones, right? Use an iPhone, and people are like, what's that phone? It's an iPhone. It's a Samsung. And when we talk about it so matter of fact, and we stand behind our phones, people really get, up in arms about what phone they use and compared to your phone. And my phone's better than yours, and yours is not better than mine. But one thing definitely I can always say, coming from that cell phone world, is that Apple will never cut you a check for that. As much as you stand behind your iPhone, iPad, Samsung, S, whatever you have, your Note, I will wait together. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna wait with you. I know it's not coming. I don't have that kind of time to wait with you. MCA is one of them things where you can refer, and then you'll get $80 per referral. So remember that total security membership that I talked about, the very first one, the one that I talked about having the most value, the 150,000 worth of value that covered all the roadside needs, including your vehicle, but also the boat, the RV, everything under the sun, pretty much, the 100-mile towing. Whenever you refer that membership to somebody, MCA pays you a direct commission of $80, straight up. Uh, that's to me. I'm stopping because that's how easy it was, and I was waiting for the next phase. What more do I have to do to get that 80? Just refer. That's it. That total security plan. Once they get somebody else get that total security plan, then you get 80. And that's it. And then, if I sell 2 plans, or if I refer 2 people to get it in a week, then I will get 160, for that referral. And if I refer 3, then I get 240. It's simple math. This is the part that I can understand as somebody who's a C+ at best student of math. Me doing multiples of 8 was amazing. Was great. I can do multiples of 8 every single time. That's the best thing about MCA. It's so straightforward. We pay reps 4 ways. There's 4 ways to get paid with MCA. So the very first way is direct commission. That's that 80 per referral that I was telling you about. So if I refer 3 people, was 8 times 3. That's that's 24, 240. So $240 that I would get at the end of that week, straight up. The passive income. What does passive income mean? That means, somebody signs me up, right? You sign up Sean and then I sign up my best friend, Adrian, right? So you'll get the 80 up front from signing me up. And then I also signed up my friend Adrian. But let's say Adrian goes home and is like, oh my gracious. And he talks to his sister and says, Chantel, you won't believe what I just seen today. And she's like, what is it, Adrian? I can hear her voice right now. And he'll say, I just saw the best roadside company plan of my life, and because they're brother and sister, most likely she believes him. and his passion is like, well, what is it? And he talks about it a little bit and like, well, sign me up, and he talks about it all, not even perfectly, but the excitement gets her to want to join. So then what you would end up getting is 80 for signing Adrian up, and then you would get $6 for signing up his sister, or he would sign up his sister, and then you would get the override of $6. That's called passive commission. So what does that mean? That means the bigger your team, the more passive income that you'll be able to receive. Passive income is amazing income to have. Passive income will come in when you don't do no work. And what do I mean by that? That means, I sign up Adrian, for example, and then I go on vacation. I want to take my wife, to Disney World. I want to take her to Disney World, right? And while I'm at Disney World, Adrian is like going wild with his team, right? He caught fire and he just loves what he saw, and then he goes back to his job, home, to family and everybody who would hear him speak, and he signs up everybody. Well, every time Adrian signs up somebody, I'm getting paid, but I'm in Disney World. I'm with the wife. We're in Florida. This is where we're at. This is what that passive income can create. So that's just the power of it. The larger your team, the more income you can create. Number 3 way of doing it is the volume income. So what does that mean? That means the more people you refer per week, the more you can possibly get your commission boosted up. So, like I was saying, you do 3 signups, that's $240. But let's say you get to 5, between 5 to 9 signups. As you can see, y'all see my cursor? I believe you can. It goes from 80 to 82. And then if you go from 10 to 14, it goes from 82 to 84. This is per person. And then when you get to 15 per 19 referrals per week, you get to 86, and so on and so forth. 20 to 29, you get to 88, and then 30 plus, you get to 90 per person. So it starts off with 80 per person, but now when you start doing more of it, you can go all the way up to 90 per person. This is very powerful for those who definitely catch fire and definitely want to push it to the max. They definitely can see some amazing commission checks at the end of the week. And again, we get paid every Friday. We get paid weekly. So these numbers that I'm talking about and these amounts, we get paid on Friday. So whatever I'm doing or whatever you do in this particular week, our commission week runs from Sunday morning all the way to Saturday night. And everything you do in between that commission week, you'll get paid the following Friday. Everything you do in this week, you'll get paid next Friday. It's definitely weekly. It's definitely something you can get used to. It's definitely something that's life-changing depending on how serious you take it. And the 4th way is residual. So in the residual way, every time somebody pays their bill, every time somebody pays that membership fee, you get residual income fee. You get 66 per customer that pays their bill. So again, it pays to grow your team. The larger you grow your team, the more you're going to be able to make money. And residual comes in every single time they pay their bills monthly. This is a monthly check that you're going to receive. So not only will you be getting paid weekly, and you'll get used to that weekly love, you'll get the monthly love. It's just an amazing structure that we have set up here that definitely encourages folks to go out here and hit the ground running. Go out here and do everything you have to do. And MCA has free training. MCA has amazing back-end support. So many ways you can get free websites. Of course, you have all these different ways to promote social media platforms or outlets: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and probably something I'm not even thinking about, So there's definitely a lot of room to make a lot of income when it comes to MCA. So I'm going to stop it right here. That's the end of my presentation. And if anybody had any questions, please feel free to type it in the box. And if not, I'll let you all go. Just definitely reach out to the person who put you on to this opportunity. And if you have any more questions, ask me here, because I'm here to answer any questions. But definitely reach out to them, ask them more questions, ask them how to get started, ask them if they can help you to get a business plan to be successful as soon as you do get started. Because it's definitely, we want to get you started as fast as possible, but we want to get you on the right track. We definitely want to get you started right. It doesn't seem anyone has any questions to ask me, so I'm going to go ahead and close this video. Please get back with the person that brought you on. Please ask them all the questions that you want to ask them, and I hope to see you all on the other side.